I'm single again. I'm single again. I'm single again. And it's okay. It's okay. No, really, I don't know how to say this. This feels so uncomfortable to record, but it's time that I share the truth of what's going on with my audience, not because I owe anyone any, like, there are a lot of people in my life who are like, you don't owe your audience any. Yes, I do. I do, actually. And it's not because I think I owe it like in like a bad way, like what the people who love me in my life are trying to protect me by saying. I've shared this whole journey with you guys, the journey of finding my future wife, falling in love with a friend while I was developing a lesbian dating platform. I have shared it. So it's important that I finish the story. Otherwise, it just doesn't seem fair. So that's what I'm here to do today. I'm really proud of myself because I don't think there was a more efficient way to let the cards fall, to not drag myself through mud, through gaslighting myself, telling me like, oh, it should be fine. Like, get over these things. You should just stay together. I don't think there was a more efficient way. I deal with a bit of shame, to be honest, because I am a lesbian who makes her relationships public, who literally has been building a dating platform. I should have it all together. I should have it all figured out. I also think the root of this shame comes from religious trauma, having that hammered into your head from a young age. You should get married young. You should be having babies by now, all these things. And then coming out and feeling like I've even failed at being a lesbian too. Yeah. Like, I tried straight life, right? Tried to be straight, tried to pray it away forever. Now here I am in lesbian world, did all this work to come out of the closet, left a man, left the picket fence life, left the house, left the car to be with women. The first woman completely just dragged me through the mud. And I've never, ever, second relationship, third relationship, fourth relationship, like, I've never let things end when it was a healthy time for them to end. Like, when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. I've never let myself trust myself enough to do that. I've always given people second chances, third chances, fourth chances. In this case, I can honestly say that there were two chances or two incidences where my soul was like screaming at me like, hey, something's not right here. And I denied that, but not enough denial to let things get like it would be in the past, like a circus. Like, in the past relationships I've had, I let it go so far that it turns into a toxic, very scary, even at times physically scary situation. And this was no thank you. No thank you. I just saw some things that I didn't really want for the rest of my life, and I stopped it. And it hurt me to stop it. And just because I'm not crying like I normally cry when I share my breakup content doesn't mean that I loved this woman any less. All relationships are different and take you down different paths. But the truth of the matter is, I love myself and I've grown up so much. Thank you for watching this journey with me, which, yes, admittedly at times has been chaotic, but you've hopefully witnessed someone grow up. And I really feel I have my big girl panties on. Like, this is a different era, and I hope that you've grown up with me. Like, you've gone through the journeys, you've gone through the chaos, and you get to a place in your relationships and in your life where you actually love yourself. It doesn't matter how much you love someone. If you love someone way up here, you still love yourself an inch more, respect yourself an inch more, to where no matter what, no matter how bad you wanted a life with someone, no matter how much you have in common, no matter how much feels solid until it doesn't, when you hear in your heart or feel in your gut something is off, that you have the sovereignty that you can pick up and just say, no, not for me. And you cannot do this. And I did not realize you cannot do this unless you deeply, deeply love yourself, are financially responsible for yourself, or at peace with your life, with or without a person. And look, I'll be the first to admit, I love love. I want a wife so bad. But at what expense? Like, no matter how perfect something is, if there's things that you're just floored over, and when you bring it up, it escalates, and you've been through toxicity before, and you know what's going to come next, and you are strong enough to exit, I think that is something you should be proud of. I had to tell people in my life who are really excited about my relationship with my ex-partner, and that was hard because I feel like for the first time, I was in a very peaceful, healthy, loving relationship until a couple moments where it wasn't. And we got to an impasse, and therefore it cannot continue. Out of respect for her, I don't want to share too much, but that is the gist of why. There's things that just weren't okay for me. Not okay for me at all. I will not have any inkling of anything but mutual respect. No control. No control. That's just, I've built a life. I have worked hard to build this life, and I just want to keep things as peaceful as possible. And I think what might be perceived as not controlling to some people might be to me because of what I've been through. So I'm not saying anything bad about her. I'm not saying anything horrible. I genuinely love her. But there's things that just won't work for me. Perhaps because of what I went through, I am a little more on red alert and have a lower threshold to certain things. And it is what it is. My past has made me, shaped me a bit. I think, of course, we're all responsible for our healing, but there's certain things in our lives that have happened that no matter how much you want to heal around it, work around it, there's things that aren't going to work for you in a relationship because it is far too close to something in the past. That's all I can think about why the things were so triggering to me, other than, Sophia, congratulations. You actually love yourself. You're not going to let anyone convince you that your feelings are wrong or invalid. And for the first time, and I was scared to death to do it, to stand up and be like, no, thank you. But I did. And relationships are all lessons. They teach us something. They all teach us something. And this time, I'm proud to say that my lesson was much smaller compared to anything I've ever been to in the past. And I want to remind you that something doesn't have to be toxic every day, to simply be not right for you. There could be things, like for me, that felt extremely toxic, although very few. And the moment you see it, you could step back and just say, that's enough. I had an awful first girlfriend, you guys all remember, if you've been here for a while. But she was, although chewed me up, spit me out, she was very wise about having standards in her life for her male partners that were very different than her female partners. Because when she met me, I was broke as a joke. But she told me whenever we stayed friends after we had broken up the first time and I got into a different situationship. She told me, you just step back and you notice things. And you don't say much. You just notice. You just observe. And right now, everyone's talking about the let them theory. It's very much like that. You don't try to change anyone. You can, if the relationship is important to you, share how it makes you feel. Beyond that, I personally believe certain things are just to be respected. You shouldn't have to explain too hard. Certain things are just basic human decency and shouldn't have to be explained too hard. And I think there's times in many relationships where we justify a lot of things. And I was not perfect in this relationship at all. But there will be things when it's not the right person that no matter how much you try to explain it, if you're not understood, like deeply understood, and it just rolls. It just continues. There's no actual coming to a resolution. Then that's when you know. That's when you know you're not heard and you're probably not going to ever be heard about this. And the way this person has reacted is what you can expect again. And with that being said, she might not have liked what I was upset about. And for her, I have a feeling there were things that were deal breakers about me where she's just like, well, I don't like that you're having these feelings come up. Why? I don't deserve to have these feelings come up towards me. Okay. That is all I can describe the culmination of the ending of our relationship as. With that being said, this was a pretty mutual situation. After I was like, I don't know about this. I normally record about my breakups while I'm crying. Never in a peaceful state as I am now. The truth of the matter is I'm recording this on January 25th. And I think the breakup was like January 4th or 5th. So I've had 20 days to sit with it. 20 days to sit with it. And it's not that I didn't want to tell you sooner. There's three reasons I don't share things right away. One is mental health. I have to process something before I share it with the world. Hearing people's opinions about your relationship, about how you do life, about your business that you work so hard on, like it can really, really hurt your soul. So mental health, I could not bring this to a table right away. And I'm at a stage in my life where I actually really, really, really respect and honor my nervous system. This was not a thing before. I didn't know what that really meant, except like the fluffy, like take care of yourself. I had no idea stress could really kill you. It turns out stress can really kill you. Went through so much autoimmune things in the last 3 years that brought me to my knees. And now I take care of myself, mind, body, spirit, because you gotta. So that's the first reason. The second reason is, although there was some mutuality to this, I think she needed some time to process the breakup as much as I needed time to grieve the breakup and go through a true, beautiful, peaceful, mutual, no contact season and get to a place where we both could do that and find some inner peace before sharing this with the world. So out of respect for her and my love for her, I wanted to wait to share any news of a breakup. And the third reason is I run a business. I have a team of 6. I work in advance, as all content creators do. I would say about half the content I post on a given day is created on that day, and the other half is pre-drafted. At people helping me with graphics, at people helping me with videos. And all these videos with my ex-partner were pre-drafted, pre-created, or in production. And it would have been very costly and time-consuming to me as a small business owner to say, oh yeah, strip all my fun times with my future wife content off my page and let's put out a breakup episode. I was in no state of mind to release a breakup episode. I needed a moment. It's especially shameful to go through a breakup. I know it's not. I know that's not the truth. But I feel in my most vulnerable moments shame about going through a breakup, having shared a journey, having opened my heart again, telling the world, open your heart to love, only to have it broken again. This time it was broken different. I feel I was able to pick up my pieces a little bit faster, and I was not broken as a person this time. Because I'm stronger and I'm sovereign in my decisions and my choices and my knowing from God about what to do, what next steps to take in life. I trust it now. I trust those little nudges in my tummy now. I forgot what I was just saying. Damn it. But I feel so discombobulated. This is so hard to just share from my heart and just let it flow. I don't even know what to say next. The shame that comes up about sharing this and people being like, well, you don't even have your shit together. The truth is, I feel like I have my shit together better than I've ever had in my entire life, because dating is dating. It's not marriage. As much as I love monogamy and I want to find my one wife for life, dating is a process. And until you find your person, being committed to the pursuit of joy, unconditional love, and finding your life partner is the very best you can do, and is the very best that I am committed to. Dating requires living authentically, and that means cutting ties when something does not work. It doesn't mean you are married and you need to stay in something just because you made a commitment, just because and even then when you're married, my God, if something isn't healthy, Lord Jesus, don't torture yourself. Set yourself free. It's dating. As Elizabeth Gilbert says, there's no such thing as one-way liberation. It's dating. When something doesn't work out, you bless and release the person. There was a moment during our breakup where I put my hand on her heart. It was our moment of closure. And I said the Hawaiian Ho'opono prayer, which I've used in my music. If you haven't heard my music, it's on Spotify. There's a song called My Healing. It's so funny how God has us write the things that we need the most, our own lessons in life. But my healing is me on the harp. I play the harp, and my voice and music that I wrote. And in the background, you'll hear writing. And I'm writing the Hawaiian Ho'opono prayer. This prayer is so powerful. This prayer immediately disarms fear and otherness. And I think right now in the world, whether it's a breakup or just the climate of the world right now, pursuing oneness and seeing unity in each other, even when we disagree with each other, is so powerful, especially in moments of breakup, saying, this may not work out for us in this lifetime, but I see you and I love you and thank you for being a part of my life. People are here for a reason, a season, a moment? Great. Why didn't I grab Kleenex? Oh, I did. Oh my God. Everyone I date does call me Kleenex Queen because I do keep it on me at all times. I'm shocked it wasn't like hanging out my bra this entire time. And the why in Ho'oponopono prayer is, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And we were both crying because we knew it was over. And I just put my hand on her heart. And I said, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And when you say this prayer to someone, you're not necessarily, you could be really sorry for something shitty you did, but it doesn't have to be that way. It could just be, I'm sorry for these circumstances. I'm sorry for the pain that we're experiencing together. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Forgive me for any contribution to your pain, to your sorrow. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for every good moment that I experienced with you. The peace you showed me. The healthy relationship you did show me. For a while. For a very long time. Thank you. Thank you for the beautiful trips you took us on. Thank you. For the way you encouraged me to launch the Queer Country Club, a dream that's been in my heart for probably 5 years. And I don't think I would have had the courage to do it without believing you would forever be by my side. It's been a very expensive journey for me to launch this dating platform. And just believing I had a partner in case I would need support. Which thankfully, we've made it. The platform made it. But I was worried if I took this leap of faith to pursue my dream of having a lesbian dating platform, I might not make it. And without having you in my life, I probably would have never done it. I would have been too scared. Thank you for giving me that courage, because I truly believed we'd be together. I truly thought, if something goes wrong, I've got a beautiful wife and she would help me and we would make it together. So I had that courage by having you by my side, a strong woman who's built businesses before. Thank you. Thank you for helping me heal parts that were so scared, physically afraid, abused. Thank you. Thank you for showing me tenderness and what it felt to really feel like someone's princess. Thank you. Thank you for picking me up off the floor when I thought my parents were gone. Thank you for helping me through panic attacks when my parents almost died. Thank you. I really want you to know how grateful I am for every loving benefit you've been in my life. But most importantly, thank you for showing me unconditional love. And that after a really terrible breakup, that made me feel like nothing and scared, and that I could be chosen. Thank you for showing me that I could be chosen. Thank you for letting me choose you and being so patient while I went through some healing stuff. Most importantly, thank you for being a beautiful season of my life. One that I will look back on fondly and be so grateful for every experience I shared with you. And thank you for releasing me gracefully and knowing that I do love you. And accepting, because I know, because we're all connected, I know if I know that something isn't exactly right for forever, then deep down, you must know it too. And that we could both heal peacefully and lovingly. And I thank you for that. And lastly, as part of the Hawaiian Ho'opono prayer, I put my hand on her heart and I said, I love you. Because I do. Just because you love someone, just because something was great, doesn't mean that it's a forever thing. And that's okay. I think if I'm going through this, there's other women out there I know who probably need to hear this now. If there's something that's just not right, even if there has been great times, there's a time where you work through things, and there's a time where you just say, this is not right. It tends to keep coming up. Maybe not the same thing, but the same themes keep coming up. And so this is the word an impasse? Yeah, this is an impasse. And you love yourself, and you love that person enough to say, let's release each other. Let's release each other. Lesbian breakups are the absolute worst. I lost my best friend. I lost my lover. I lost our dreams of a future. We used to call it our la la land. And it just feels like poof, all gone. But with that comes a strange kind of peace that can only come from the divine God and self-reliance that says it's going to be okay no matter what. We're okay because we're okay. I'm okay because I'm okay. I've been working to make my house. I just got a house. I'm working to make it a home without her, which is hard. Because when I got this house, I definitely planned on having a partner to share it with. And although it's not a big house, it feels really big to me. And it feels lonely sometimes. But my work, my internal work is being joyful, being peaceful, and being content with who I am, with how I spend my time, and the beautiful peace that I create inside of this space. With my newly found freed up time, there's a few things I plan on doing. The first one is, of course, I tend to do this. I throw myself into work, which means for the past month, I've been doing like 12, 14-hour days, just clicking away and making sure that the Queer Country Club is the absolutely best dating platform that there is in the world. For those of you who don't know my journey of starting it, I met my partner right before I started building the platform. We were just friends, and I was building the thing that I knew would help me find my future wife. I saw what was missing in the world and I was like, I'm going to make this and I'm going to find my future wife on my own platform because lesbian dating just traditionally sucks. So now when I'm ready to date again, which I'm going to take a little bit of time, but when I'm ready to date again, I have a digital Rolodex at my fingertips. So do not worry about me. I think in the past, I would take breakups extra hard, not only because of the pain of the breakup, but the fear of scarcity. Like, I'm never going to find someone I love again. I'm never going to find someone that I really connect with. I'm never going to find someone that I'm as attracted to. Blah, blah. Like, I really believed that. And now after like having the Queer Country Club for now 7 months and seeing the beautiful women inside, I know that like that's not true. The moment I'm ready to date again, the most extraordinary lesbians in the world will be there. I don't want to look too excited about it because I don't want to look cold. And I'm definitely not ready to date again, okay? But I am ready to spend even more time making it the best community country club dating platform AI matching it could be. And there will be something really exciting coming that I've had just a lot more time on my hands to plan. And I think I could use a little getaway. And I thought about what kind of lovely luxury trip would I want to take, and would I want to take some extraordinary lesbians with me from the Queer Country Club. So stay tuned. I'm working on that. I've been spending time on that. I've been spending more time in my music, playing the harp again. So happy to be doing that. We've had a freeze here in South Louisiana. Hashtag climate change has been fun. And my harp strings keep popping because of the change in, I guess, pressure outside. Dear God, I keep having to like restring the harp. There's 47 strings, by the way. They're not easy. They're like thick strings. So I've been restringing my harp. And spending time being the world's greatest auntie ever. My little niece is my pride and joy. She's 3. And we sing a lot of Frozen together. Tonight I have a little sleepover with her. We're going to do makeup and make bracelets. I'm grateful for my family. And I'm thankful for all of you. If you are going through a breakup and this podcast found you, thanks for listening. Know that I understand what you're going through. If you're especially going through it hard, my DMs are open. Breakups suck, but there's no linear way to heal. There is just the active choosing to let go, to release, to let go, to forgive yourself, to forgive them, and to not make pain your identity. I talk so much about what I've been through on social media, but that's not who I am. I can tell you, especially after going through this breakup, that I am a very, very strong woman. It is so funny. My mom and I were talking about some pretty terrible things that have gone on towards women in our family lineage. And I just started letting it out. And this was like 2 days after the breakup. And my granny was there. And my mom was just like, don't mess with Sophia. She has strong boundaries. She's going to just say. She wasn't telling my granny not to mess with me, but she was just like, ooh, don't mess with Sophia. She's like, she will say exactly what she's thinking and set the boundary. And if the boundaries cross, then the relationship just does not exist. I've gotten really good at communication. I am so proud of myself for being where I'm at now. And I pray that you listening to this episode doesn't come across as cold, because that's my greatest fear. But I also don't want to like pretend to cry. Like in the past, I'm losing my shit, but I'm recording in the moment during a breakup. I recorded a few things for some videos in the future to have some like B-roll of real emotions that we go through as lesbians. But at the end of the day, my first announcement of this breakup is not me crying and losing my mind because I've lost everything and lost myself. Because I haven't. Not this time. I'm at peace with who I am. I'm at peace with my queerness and how God made me. I know my future wife is out there. I cannot wait to meet her. And in the meantime, I'll be focusing on my healing. Peace. And continuing down the path of listening to my nervous system. Because in the last relationship, there were like 2 times before the final time that I felt a little nudge. The next time I'm ever either in a relationship or in a dating, getting to know you phase, and I feel a little nudge, I will immediately say something and set a very strong boundary right from the beginning. And I won't be afraid to, because I'm, for the first time ever, I'm not saying this in a cocky way. I'm saying this from a sovereign love and unity place, but I'm not afraid of losing anyone but myself. When you lose yourself, it takes a while to come back. But if you lose someone else and you have yourself, at the end of the day, you'll be strong enough to realize perhaps you never really had them in the first place. And if you did, okay, you lost someone you loved. But there will be more. But the sun will rise again. But there will be someone who comes into your life and makes your heart sing again. There will be someone who you love the way they smell again. There will be someone you like the way they breathe in your ear again. There will be someone who the first time you touch hands, your fingers touch. The first time you're on a walk and you've never held hands before and you're about to, and you feel that excitement, it will happen again. The world is not coming to an end when you go through a breakup. That is what I've learned. If you have yourself, your world is not coming to an end when you go through a breakup. Just a season of your story. If your life was a TV show, it's just a season. That season's over. Guess what? New adventures are coming. New incredible people and characters in your life are coming in. And what is for you, what God has for you, the person, the relationship that God has for you will be there. You cannot lose what you are meant to have. So make peace with that. I hope that this was encouraging to you out there. If you're a lesbian who loves love stories, not necessarily sad ones like these, but love stories, you're going to love this podcast. My podcast is called Queer Woman Rising. And if you know you want to hear happier things, then subscribe, because it's normally happier, I promise. If you know someone going through a breakup, share this with them, because there's a lot of shame. A lot of shame, especially if they've gone through religious trauma like me, where it feels like you're supposed to have it all right, get it done, get married. And then you come out, yet somehow you're still struggling with what you're supposed to do, how it's supposed to be, how it's supposed to look. I really thought, oh, this is so good. This is so healthy. And then there was so much shame and the realizing, oh, this isn't actually so good for me. But the truth is, there's not shame in that. It's just realizing things. I truly believe if my ex-partner wouldn't have come to live with me, I wouldn't have figured this out so quickly. I needed to live with her to figure it out, even if it wasn't for a long time. She needed to live with me to figure it out, even if it wasn't a long time. Do not regret the opportunities you gave for love. There was this friend who went through a breakup recently, and she's like, oh, I don't know if I could ever give my heart again to somebody after what I just went through. I'm done. I hear that all the time, right? There's women who come in my inbox, and I'm like, why haven't you joined Queer Country Club yet? And they're like, I'm done. I'm not dating again. My heart was too broken. If you are not willing, as I was, to be a fool for love, I'm talking all in a safe relationship, okay? I'm not saying in an abusive situation, but in a safe relationship like I was. If you are not willing to be all in and open your heart and trust someone again and be excited about someone again and fall in love again, let yourself go there, how will you ever get there? How will you ever find your future partner, your future wife? So as I go on this healing journey, for me, it's about noticing when I will be able to fully be open again. Be fully ready to trust someone again. Be fully ready to walk in with hope in my heart. I'm going to let these little roots of hurt get weeded out, pull them out over the next month or so, and then I'm going to jump back on the horse. Yes, I will. And y'all will be there, as always, to watch the journey. In fact, may this be a public declaration. Y'all don't let me date someone who doesn't want to be on social media ever again, okay? Because it makes it really complicated to make videos, edit videos. She was really, really kind about it, and I wanted to respect her, right? But going forward, if you're watching this, future wife, I hope you want to podcast with me. I hope you, if you're musical, want to create music with me. I hope you want to go to yoga with me. I hope you want to go sit by the pool with me. I hope you're not shy about those things. I hope that you're just happy to take pictures with me. I hope that you take your sunglasses off to take pictures with me. I hope that I don't have to say one more picture. Let's get it right. Smile. I just want you to be smiling. I just want you to be smiling. I just want you to be happy. And I want you to be okay with being seen. I think it would take a lot for me to date someone who didn't want to at least be on social media sometimes. You don't have to be a personality on my content regularly. But I already can't show pictures with my family, okay? They don't want to be seen on my platform. Their rights, whatever. I want to share people I love. I really want to share people I love. So, future wife, if you're listening, I hope you're okay with making a podcast every now and then and being in a video. And most importantly, I hope you dance. I hope you smile for the picture. That would mean a lot to me.